Well, Hugh Jackman has just spoken out, sort of, and he's 100% behind Blake and Ryan. We've got to get into the details.
Hugh Jackman is 100% on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' side and can't wait to be deposed. Meanwhile, America Ferrera?
Like, is she there just to produce kids and to give him that family image?
Hugh Jackman just changed the plot by removing his silent support for Blake and Ryan's dramatic lawsuit against Justin Baldwin. But it turns out that Blake, yet the glitzy exterior of Ryan's ideal marriage, conceals a lavender love story with many layers of mysteries, and the truth is now quickly coming to light.
And the fact that they have no evidence, you know what they're calling it now? An undetectable smear campaign. You can't see it. There's no evidence of it.
Following an explosive lawsuit brought by Justin Baldoni, an actor and filmmaker, the entertainment industry has been shocked by the unsettling claims made against some of its most well-known figures, such as Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. What began as a whisper of artistic disputes and friction soon turned into a dramatic court case in which Baldwin falsely accuses Lively and Reynolds of slander. Hugh Jackman faces accusations of sexual misconduct and the deliberate damage to his reputation in the midst of the storm.
Frustrated, but they had no choice but to comply because Reynolds had already taken full control of the movie.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman performed. Fans worldwide were enthralled with the endearing, never-ending conflict between Hollywood's most popular odd couple, two megastars to world. Whether it was making fun of one another in interviews, teasing one another on social media, or cooperating for blockbuster smashes like Wolverine and Deadpool, whose bond looked unbreakable. But now that cautious maintained image is rapidly deteriorating, and Jackman is no longer amused. He is getting ready to speak, and what he says could destroy Ryan Reynolds' whole business.
Been around Ryan for years, and now he might be legally obligated.
Reynolds and Jackman were the perfect pair, and their public banter was evident. Like pure gold, humorous, lighthearted, and firmly anchored in friendship. But insiders claim that the friendship was a meticulously staged act. Behind closed doors, Jackman had long been fed up with Reynolds' constant pranks, and the tipping point was nearer than did anyone realize.
There's livelihoods to feel important. But guys, this toxic pattern didn't just start recently. Apparently, it's been Ryan's MO for years.
According to Jackman's close associates, the alleged dispute was never as benign as fans reportedly perceived. Jackman's alleged friendly ribbing as the showman, Reynolds, always enjoyed being the center of attention, and he made sure Jackman knew it. Whether it was in promotional material, press tours, or interviews, Jackman was reduced to the position of the good sport after Reynolds allegedly planned every interaction to benefit himself.
If the nice pool character was meant to mock Baldoni, then it's safe to say that everyone on set knew it. So Hugh was forced to participate in what was essentially workplace bullying disguised as comedy.
Among the most uncomfortable, there were instances where Reynolds publicly humiliated the actor during a press appearance. Despite the fact that the skit went against his morals, director Justin Baldoni Jackman was allegedly under pressure to comply. He had always taken satisfaction in boosting people up rather than bringing them down for laughs, which the incident apparently left Jackman was shocked. And their relationship underwent a significant change.
Hugh was also pressured to attend the It Ends With Us premiere, a movie he had nothing to do with, just to show support for Reynolds and Lively. And while this was happening, Baldoni was reportedly being kept in the basement and forced to arrive early to avoid interaction with the Reynolds-Lively.
According to reports, Reynolds thrived on control both on and off set, micromanaged relationships with co-stars, and made sure that anyone who dared to challenge his limelight was driven out. Despite being a well-known celebrity in his own right, Jackman was continuously confined by Reynolds' charm machine.
Tortoise interference with contract and civil extortion goes well beyond the nice pool character and implies that a Lively Baldoni.
Some claim that he kept quiet for years out of professional respect, whereas others think he did it to save Reynolds' reputation. But it looks like silence may be on the way to a conclusion.
Now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
A startling change of events occurred when Reynolds' wife, Blake, the film business, was outraged when Lively sued Baldwin for sexual harassment. But the drama intensified after Baldwin retaliated against Lively and Reynolds Baldoni with a $400 million slander lawsuit. claimed that the pair was planning a deliberate smear campaign to discredit him, and Hugh Jackman was caught in the crossfire.
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, will be deposed, and I suspect that might be making Ryan Reynolds extremely nervous, and I'll tell you why.
It seems that Hugh Jackman's involvement in this legal problem was really a coincidence, been tangentially involved in the promotion of It Ends With Us, the movie that is currently the subject of an impending lawsuit, but that relationship swiftly changed when Jackman was abruptly and officially removed. The action astounded supporters, and why would the always affable and seemingly uninvolved actor Hugh Jackman be drawn into such an issue? What could he have known that would make him subject to legal scrutiny? He disclosed all of these texts, and the answer is it appears to be far from innocent in a twist that nobody anticipated, according to accounts that have surfaced. Rumors in Hollywood circles say that Jackman may have surreptitiously committed the ultimate betrayal. Shared shocking details about Ryan Reynolds.
Leaked all these text messages?
A collection of hacked text exchanges revealed that the information was extremely private and perhaps, according to career-ending sources, the material may contain private conversations, long-forgotten texts, or even evidence of. Reynolds' purportedly dishonest behavior behind closed doors wasn't merely newsworthy, it was the type of information that might ruin the well-curated image Reynolds has worked so hard to create.
Regarding Hugh Jackman, in case you were unaware, he recently divorced his wife of 27 years. Her name is Deborah Lee Furness. 27 years is a very long time to be.
Jackman has become a crucial witness due to his years of collaboration with Reynolds and connections to both sides. His testimony, according to legal experts, may be crucial in establishing who is telling the truth about Jackman's claimed present at events behind the scenes where Reynolds and Baldwin's emotions boiled over more. Crucially, he might have witnessed Reynolds' extreme measures to save his reputation and ruin someone else's
Crafted persona. Because behind the scenes, he's reportedly insecure, controlling, and vindictive. Even his ex-wife, Scarlett Johansson, has hinted at this.
Jackman served as Reynolds' unofficial sidekick for more than 10 years, but that time has passed. According to people close to Jackman, he has cut all ties with Reynolds. There is no longer any teasing or staged. Reynolds is terrified by the idea that feuds would no longer provide safety because Hugh Jackman is the one who can reveal the reality underneath Reynolds' endearing facade.
Reynolds' controlling behavior isn't limited to makeup artists. He's also rumored to have pushed a director out of the Deadpool franchise completely.
According to Justin Baldwin's lawsuit, the Nice Pool bombshell, similar to a nightmare, a true Hollywood horror tale that has rocked the business, according to the actors, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds orchestrated a purposeful and deliberate effort to damage his reputation in the workplace by accusing him of being a sexual predator. Focus on claimed offensive remarks Baldwin made on Blake's weight and the usage of sexually. Accusations of using offensive language in business meetings, which Baldoni categorically refutes, claiming that the discussions were either wildly misunderstood or, in certain situations, never happened at all.
During the development, production, and marketing of It Ends With Us, a drama about DV, Baldoni often touted his credentials as a feminist and ally to women. Marvel and Disney declined to comment.
Nobody anticipated that a superhero parody would play a significant role in a real legal dispute, yet there's a curious liminal space between fact and fiction. As legal teams looked more closely into the accusations circulating It Ends With Us, overlap began to emerge. An intriguing track went back to a caped wisecracker who was known for pushing limits, one of Reynolds' lesser-known figures, and unsettling listeners with his casual comments. What started as a casual allusion swiftly became into something far more disturbing, and spectators started to notice strange similarities. The characters' smirks, the timing of some of the jokes, and even their body language all carried uncanny echoes of behind-the-scenes rumors. Did reviewers begin to pose awkward questions? Character that was influenced by a set member.
If he really did all the things you say was what to your wife, this just feels too jokey.
Searching fan forums and interviews. In several scenes, the character made jokes about power and gender norms, revealing a dangerous storyline. Moments of dynamics that now appear unsettlingly representative of the allegations against Baldoni, a hoisting gag that is currently being re-examined through a fresh perspective, particularly because similar remarks were purportedly created with Blake Lively during actual rehearsals.
Yeah, they're crazy. They will chop you up into 1,000 pieces and hide you all over the void. I'd be fighting alongside them, but my calling is to one day host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement. Hey, cowboy, my eyes are up here.
The notion that these harmful assertions are true is what makes the situation even more troubling. Weren't just the outcome of a heated private argument between the parties. Rather, Lively and Reynolds allegedly used their enormous Hollywood influence and ability to disseminate the story widely, making sure that it penetrated business circles and damaged Baldwin's reputation with this extensive smear campaign. Essentially destroyed his career before he could even present a defense, the lawsuit claims.
As one insider put it, they kind of want to put the genie back in the bottle, but guess what? The genie does not want to go back in the bottle. The couple's carefully curated image as Hollywood's perfect couple is...
It wasn't merely a miscommunication or a falling out. The tactic was brutal. A well-planned character assassination, and sadly, it succeeded, according to the lawsuit. An illustration of a career in free fall as Baldwin's career took a seemingly irreparable turn with his. The legal battle promises to clear his name of scandalous rumors that have eclipsed his job in the sector. Disclose a lot more in the upcoming weeks as Baldwin pursues redress for the psychological and occupational harm these claims have been made against him.
Had to happen. Blake did not have to do this to Justin, but for some reason in her narcissistic mind, I guess she thought that this was...
Baldwin's attorneys made a startling claim that Reynolds created a new character entitled Nice Fool in Deadpool and Wolverine, a purported. If accurate, the parody intended to make fun of Baldwin would imply that Reynolds used a platform to publicly retaliate against a legal adversary.
It was actually Blake Lively, her husband, her PR team, coming at me because we had creative differences over the film. So he is seeking over $400 million. This was filed in...
The impending deposition of Jackman could. Whether this was a lovely petty jab or not, was Jackman aware of it throughout? Did Reynolds purposefully plan the maneuver so that Jackman's responses could change the course of the case and his? Although Jackman first seemed to back Reynolds and Lively in the early going, quiet is no longer certain. Recent events during the litigation point to a shift in position, according to insiders. Jackman is reportedly working with both, but he is keeping it to himself currently and won't openly support Reynolds. Jackman has finally had enough of the media manipulation, according to legal teams. Jackman has had enough of being exploited to support someone else's brand and the jokes made about him. Now, he's getting ready to talk like a guy who has seen too much and stayed, not as Reynolds' best buddy. Ryan Reynolds may now be prepared to speak the truth after remaining silenced for too long. Spent years creating a perfect public persona that was equal parts charming and humorous, and relatable. But that image is now in danger once Hugh Jackman emerges from the background.
On Blake and Ryan's side amidst the legal fight. And apparently he's excited to be deposed and talk about things. Now, I will say, if there's anybody who was close, it's Hugh.
Reynolds is the subject of accusations ranging from bullying to sabotaging Jackman's career. Verifies even a portion of these allegations, Reynolds' reputation could be irreparably harmed, not only among fans but also inside the sector in question.
Posed in the ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, which has Reynolds nervously looking over his shoulder. Hugh will be
The Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds Hollywood drama has abruptly and intensely changed, leaving fans, insiders, and what started off as a lighthearted, humorous bromance has the media frantically seeking explanations. Between the two performers has evolved into a more complex and sinister story in Jackman's most current. After 27 years of marriage, his divorce from his wife sent shockwaves through although the public was given the impression that the parting was amicable, the entertainment industry. Following growing rumors regarding his personal life, many people wondered if there was more to the story. Is Jackman concealing something that is just now becoming apparent, or might this divorce be the beginning of a bigger reckoning is still to come?
Man, in case you were unaware, he recently divorced his wife of 27 years. Her name is Deborah Lee Furness. 27 years is a very long time to be married.
The cherished connection between Jackman and Reynolds has been a mainstay of Hollywood's PR-driven culture. Fans love the show because of its humorous banter, lighthearted jokes, and lively interactions. The two's chemistry frequently made them wonder if their relationship was only professional. Or was there another factor at work? According to certain insiders, Jackman is now free from the limitations of an extended marriage, might be prepared to cut connections with Reynolds as well as his past. For better or worse, his divorce was timed as a symbolic act to sever ties with a friendship that had come to define an important aspect of his public persona.
His Broadway co-star Sutton Foster, though some have questioned whether this relationship is genuine or another Hollywood.
Implying that Jackman's change could be more than a simple reflection of his. Marriage dissolution is becoming more common, and there has been a lot of conjecture about it for years. Reynolds' alleged domineering activity may have been accepted or even encouraged by Jackman in order to maintain the most well-known buddy image in Hollywood may spell the end of his marriage and the disintegration of his relationship with Reynolds indicates a departure from this well-maintained image, as Jackman is currently seeking a more genuine identity, considering that Hollywood is infamous for forcing performers into Jackman's abrupt separation from Reynolds and partnerships that perfectly fit the public narrative could be a calculated action to restore his reputation.
Worse and worse for Blake. Someone might come forward and admit it. We'll see how this goes. The more that
Jackman's unexpected public romance during this personal hardship. Foster's involvement with Sutton has further fueled the flames, while some see it as a. Others speculate that it might just be a well-planned publicity stunt or a diversion rather than a truly fresh chapter for the actor, intended to divert attention from the tumultuous circumstances surrounding his divorce and his changing connection with Reynolds. Could this new relationship be a part of a bigger Hollywood plot in which Reynolds and Jackman were once so tightly aligned? Now seeking to forge a new path away from the ashes of a friendship that has evolved into more of a burden than a benefit.
Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality throughout his entire career. It has been speculated for a host of reasons, some fair, some not. Some people just never really bought into him at the peak of his career, having married a woman that was 13 years his senior.
Reynolds views the drama as both personal and professional. The actor is dealing with his own problems, including a lawsuit that could increase awareness of his private life. Life than he'd ever want. Jackman's possible role in this legal quagmire has many wondering why. Are Jackman's latest actions motivated by self-defense or retaliation for a potential falling out? Have escaped public notice by potentially deceiving Reynolds at a time when the actor is already dealing with. Jackman might be indicating that he is no longer willing to play in the event of a legal situation. In addition to the story that has characterized their friendship for years, they believe that straight guys don't. While Jackman has been the focus of significant discussion, Reynolds, have we not, is not exempt from the same scrutiny. Speculations and innuendo about his marriage to Blake Lively have been going around for a while. Regarding the actual nature of their relationship, they portray themselves as a caring and affectionate pair in public. Yet, according to sources, there might be holes in the facade. Is she there merely to have children and give him the appearance of a family? Actor Justin Baldoni and Lively are claimed to have had an emotional affair, which some people think is a practical method to divert attention from Reynolds' secrets. The timing of this alleged affair is especially strange at a moment when Reynolds' private life is being scrutinized more than ever before.
Using her as a beard, which is the term that people use when you're in like one of these cover marriages. And like I told you, that accusation, it can be real in a lot of circumstances. It goes on a lot in Hollywood.
Reynolds' amusing and family-friendly persona has been the foundation of his career. Sardonic demeanor and his function as a loving parent and spouse. But may the fissures in this picture be revealing the uncomfortable issues are raised by rumors of Lively's purported emotional involvement with Baldoni, including whether Reynolds has been concealing his true identity for years. Is Lively's connection with Baldoni a well-planned diversion? Some people think Blake Lively only has a beard, which is a Hollywood phrase for someone who enters a relationship to hide their partner's actual sexual orientation. Could this be the case between Reynolds and Lively's marriage appears to be ideal?
In their eyes. That straight men don't have. We don't.
Enhancing the intricacy of this matter is the constantly expanding network of rumors pertaining to Jackman and Reynolds' personal connection. Both insiders and admirers have frequently questioned whether their intimate bond was more than a. Could there be a secret dynamic between the two that has been covered up behind the pretense of friendly rivalry? Lighthearted banter and moments of bromance whether Jackman is prepared to oppose Reynolds at this moment when his buddy is being sued seriously, which might change the story of their connection and reveal both of their personal life in unexpected ways for each of them.